What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your favorite fat boy. It's the Nauti Cruiser in the house, and it is Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. Throw down Thursday, throw it back Thursday. I really wish I was still on the Vista, but I'm not. I'm here with all you amazing, lovely people. First of all, y'all need to go in the chat and give Scott a big round of applause for being the first one here at 7 o'clock this morning. I got up, I checked some analytics, and lo and behold, there was Scott's comment. So I hope we're all having a great night. I did get the microphone to work first. Let's not say first try. There was some trial and error, but I got it to work. So we're going off the main mic this week, and hopefully it sounds good. Y'all will definitely let me know. I know Chuck will let me know. Chuck will give me so much crap for crappy audio, but hopefully it sounds good. It was yesterday I did that mic. So Scott put that comment in yesterday. Y'all need to give him a big old round of applause because that's dedication. Or that's too much free time on your hands. One or the other. Either way. But y'all already know how we do it here. Scott McNeil, the first one in the house. Chuck Spencer, Marjorie, Robin, Cliff in the house, Julie Thomas, Lourdes. I hope everyone is having a fantastic night. It is Thursday, and we are going to talk all things Carnival Vista. But I'm super stoked on a few topics here because I can see Robin putting in the chat that she's 37 days till she sails. I'm right around that mark. So my mark is like at 36 days, 37 days, something like that. And I'll actually tell you right now, I'm 36 days away from flying out. So 36 days away from flying out, 38 days away from boarding the brand new Sun Princess that I was a little worried I wasn't going to be able to board. Because of some issues and some delays between the shipyard and Princess and a mutual agreement to cancel the first few cruises. But I'm here to tell you that the Sun Princess has officially set sail yesterday on her very first maiden voyage. She is cruising the Mediterranean right now. So I'm super stoked about that. I'm super stoked about some of the changes they made on the Carnival Vista. And I'm super stoked to put out this content for y'all to be able to check it out. Jimmy is in the house. What's going on, Jimmy? Julie, if I missed you, I missed you. But here you are now. What's going on, Julie? I'm pretty sure I said yeah. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss you. But the chat flies by sometimes pretty quick, and I get too squirrel brain to remember it all. But that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the Carnival Vista. We're going to talk about 37 days away from boarding the Sun Princess. Controversial cruising in the house. What's going on, Scott? And that's the topic of tonight's conversation. Will G in the house. What's going on, brother? So that's the topic of tonight's conversation. So let's start with the Carnival Vista, right? Carnival Vista went over to Cadiz and got dry dock work done. It got the Carnival facelift. It got the new livery, and it ran into some rough weather. Now, that didn't affect me any because I was on the second sailing, but lo and behold, it affected Chuck. It affected Tony B. They were on the first 3-day sailing, which was chopped down to 2 days. But I got to give Carnival a shout out here. They still credited everyone with 3 days worth of cruising time. So if you're 3 days short from your next VIFP level, you got the 3 days, even though you were only on a 2-day cruise. So that was cut short by a day. But let me tell you about embarkation day. It was freezing. I was fine for like the first 2 hours. And Cliff is probably going to jump in this chat right now and tell you, it wasn't cold. Listen, I'm not from Nebraska. I'm not a Cornhusker. I don't live in Wisconsin. I'm originally from New Jersey, Philadelphia area. I'm used to the cold, but I've been in Florida so long now that my body has acclimated to the Florida temperature and the Florida weather. It don't get that cold here in Florida. It was like 52 degrees with a wind chill, wet, cold rain. It was horrible. It was probably the worst embarkation day I've ever had, but it was still a good time, right? So this was the Boats and Bros cruise. Everyone was still having a good time. We got to surprise Cliff. Cliff didn't know Scott was coming. He tried getting Scott on. We kept it a secret that Scott was coming, so we surprised Cliff with Scott being there. And then me and Chuck ended up wearing matching hoodies. We had on Piggly Wiggly hoodies. Now, for those of you who don't know what Piggly Wiggly is a supermarket. I thought it was a fake supermarket. Chuck told me it was a real supermarket, and I'm a big logo guy, so I loved the Piggly Wiggly logo. Chuck, being the great friend that he is, picked me up a Piggly Wiggly hoodie and brought it to me on the Boats and Bros. And people thought we were a couple. We're not. I had to make that very clear. But I did have my Piggly Wiggly hoodie on, and I enjoyed that, and that helped take away some of the cold. I was a little bit better after that. We set sail. We had a good dinner at the steakhouse. Steakhouse dinner was phenomenal. It was me, Chuck, Julie, and Nathan. Absolutely phenomenal steakhouse. If you haven't done steakhouse with Carnival yet, I highly suggest you do so because you are selling yourself short if you don't think it is worth the coin. It is worth the $45, $49. At this point, I'll pay $60. I really don't care. Carnival does a phenomenal steakhouse, and the mashed potatoes are absolutely to die for. Excuse me. Now, on the first night, when you do that, you get yourself a complimentary bottle of house wine or 50% off a bottle up to $100. So enjoy the free wine, enjoy the 50% off, enjoy a great, phenomenal steak and a great meal. It's absolutely awesome. Robin, I did do a live out in the rain. I did as good as I could. I wanted to go longer, but it was so wet and miserable out there. And I absolutely had to just get off, go inside. I literally went to my cabin. I stripped my hoodie off. I took my shoes off. They were soaked. My socks were soaked. And I cranked the heat up in the room because I was freezing. Chuck came to the room and he was like, "Is it just me or is it really hot in here?" And Scott told me, he's like, "Yeah, no, Mike put the heat all the way on high." So I literally had the room feeling like a sauna when everybody would walk in. Now, after the chill got out of the air and I got warmed up, the air condition went back on. I'm not a big heat guy, but I was freezing. And Cliff kept giving me a rash the whole time. It's not cold. It's not cold. For someone that's from Nebraska or Wisconsin, that might be nice weather for you. But for me, absolutely freezing cold weather. So the first night was great. Went to the piano bar, hung out with the guy Roger. He was pretty good. He's not my boy Chris, so I'm not going to compare him to my boy Chris, but he's a great piano bar player. And then we just had a good time. We went to the IMAX. We watched Madam Web at the IMAX. That was an awesome, awesome movie produced by Sony in partnership with Marvel. So they definitely left it open-ended. So that way there is more to see from there. And then I walked around the ship and I got a lot of footage. I got a whole ship tour that's coming out. So all the changes that were made, you will be able to see all the changes between the kids clubs, between the Heroes Lounge and all that. So the IMAX entrance, and let me give you a little secret here with the IMAX entrance. If you have a Bubbles package or a Cheers package, because they have a few things there that you can get that are alcoholic beverages, it's on deck 7 deck 7 forward. So if you don't want to go wait in line at a bar to get a soda, you can go right to deck 7 forward and get yourself a soda as long as the IMAX is open, because your Cheers package and Bubbles package, that all works there. So make sure if you're like, trying to be quick, you can get in, get out real quick, boom, get a drink and not have to worry about any line there. Kurt in the house, Kurt and Marshall would see me traveling. I hope y'all are having a fantastic night. And yeah, they got a little gypped too, but they weren't booked on the 3-day. They jumped on it when it turned into a 2-day because they had a great deal. So they got to see the Vista fresh out of dry dock as well. Antoinette in the house. All y'all amazing people here to listen to me ramble for 60 minutes. I love that. That's awesome. We're a big old family here. So definitely check out the videos that are coming very soon. On deck with CB in the house. What's going on? So that's all going to be coming very soon. I'm going to be working on that throughout the whole weekend. That way I can get the Vista content put out, but I'm going to strategically drop my content. I still have Jubilee content, and I have a lot of Vista content coming very soon, but I have to strategically drop it. Why? Because I'm flying to Europe in April. I know, bleh, so boring. No, but I have to place it to where it runs a little bit of time. So if I get a little jet lag while I'm over in Italy, I can have a few days before I can pump out some content over there. But from now till the time I go to Italy, you will be able to see all the rest of my Jubilee content, from food vlogs to ship tours to all the fun things I did on board the Carnival Jubilee to the Vista. But I'm going to drop a little sneak peek on the Vista very soon. And the first thing I think I'm going to drop is the ship tour of the Carnival Vista. So that way you can see all the amazing things that have changed. Red Frog's still there, so don't be disheartened. I know a lot of people were concerned if Red Frog would disappear. It did not. It is still there. The Red Frog pub's still there. Me and Chuck spent some time there playing some dominoes. Well, it's been a long time since I played dominoes. Chuck refreshed my memory on how to play dominoes. Um, but all in all, it was a great trip. It was a great little short, quick 6-day cruise. Went to Half Moon Cay. I've never been before. Absolutely loved it there. It makes me get excited for Celebration Key on to see what Carnival does with Celebration Key and how they next level it with that new private island. Um, but other than that, that's pretty much it, right? So that's what we went. And I can see Chuck here saying, "I just wish the IMAX had real movie popcorn." I wish that was the case. And they do have snacks that you can get. Unfortunately, it's skinny pop in a bag. It's not that fresh, hot, buttery popcorn that you would get at the movie theater. They do have box of candies that you can get. Now, all of that is an additional upcharge, but all drinks, if you have the Cheers or the Bubbles package, are included. Now, the IMAX tickets are a little expensive. I think it was about $18 a person, but when I tell you it's well worth it, it's pretty much going to cost you the same price on land for a movie ticket at the regular IMAX as well as on sea, right? So I thought the $18 per ticket was well worth it. I got to go see a brand new movie that was only out in theaters for like a week before I saw it. And it was a good time. We enjoyed the movie. It was a pretty good movie. It left you a little speechless at the end, not knowing what was going to come, but it did leave it open to where they can, repeat off of it. They can make a sequel to it, part 2, part 3 type thing. So it was really good. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to go see a good movie, check out Madam Web. If you're into like that Marvel hero type thing, which, I'm a nerd. I build Legos. I watch Marvel movies. It happens. It's my type of thing. So I absolutely enjoyed the movie. But they were playing that. They were playing a couple other movies that just hit the theaters. And then they did a little twist on it. They did some documentaries. So you had, documentaries about space or documentaries about, different parts of the world or different islands or things like that. So it was pretty cool to see other things than just documentaries or just movies as well. Lourdes says I keep getting commercials. So my ads are turned on and it's on low. So if you keep getting them, I'm going to have to go in and change that because it should be like within moderation. It should only be like one every 20, 25 minutes type thing per person or something like that. So I'll have to change those settings for next week. But let's talk about the Sun Princess real fast. When I tell you I'm so stoked for this ship, I don't think I've ever been excited for a cruise ship in my life more than I am on the Sun Princess. The Sun Princess is the brand new Sphere class ship through Princess Cruise Lines. It is the first of its kind, and it officially set sail yesterday out of Rome. And I've been practicing how to say the port, and then when I get ready to talk to you about it, it kind of like slips my brain on how to say it. But it's no, I'm not going to even try. I'm not even going to try because I know I'm going to say it wrong. Let me see. And then I'm going to say it wrong, and then Chuck is going to be picking on me about something else. All right, I got it. Civitavecchia. There you go. Civitavecchia. So it just sailed out of Rome, Italy, the port Civitavecchia. It had a stop in Naples today, and it is currently making its way through the Messina Straits, which is what separates mainland Italy from Sicily. It's about 2 miles wide, about 30 miles long, or about 20 miles long, and the deepest part of that is 300 feet. So it's really close. You got mainland Italy on the left, you have Sicily on the right, and then you go through there. They're on their way to Santorini right now, and it's definitely it's underway to an amazing itinerary. This one is a one-way. It goes to Barcelona in the end, and then it does Barcelona back to Rome. I'm doing round trip out of Rome, but this ship is absolutely stunning. From the dining venues to the main gathering areas like the Piazza, it is absolutely gorgeous. They took time and dedication and they put it into this ship. The one thing I'm super stoked about on this ship is a little venue called Spellbound. It is in partnership with the Magic Castle in Hollywood, and it's a bar. They do drinks, sleight of hand magic. They serve your drinks with sleight of hand magic, and it's an an elevated experience, and I'm super excited about that. It's one of a kind. It's brand new for the Princess ship, the Princess Cruise Lines, and it's the first on Sun Princess. So I'm super stoked about that. Some of the dining options are brand new. You have the Catch by Rudy, so that's another first for Princess with the seafood restaurant. You have the Crown Grill. You have Sabatini's. There's a Butcher's Block by Dario, which is a brand new dining venue as well. They have the very first O'Malley's Pub on board the ship as well. Usually they have like a little O'Malley's Place, but this is the very first O'Malley's Pub, which looks absolutely amazing. And then some of the other dining options like teppanyaki and hot pot. Like this to me is a big old first. Like I'm a big hot pot guy. Teppanyaki is a cool show in itself, right? But to be able to get teppanyaki and hot pot at the same time, like take my money. I'm all there. I'm a big Asian cuisine guy. But when you got hot pot, any form of Korean barbecue or hot pot, I am 100% giving you my money. Take my money. I'm all there all day long. I'm ready to go. And the main dining room, of course, is another thing that is very interesting. It's the first for Princess Expands 3 decks, deck 6, 7, and 8. And it's the wake view. It's at the very aft of the ship. 3 gorgeous decks of main dining. So majority of the time in April, I am going to be on that ship filming every nook and cranny possible for y'all to be able to check that out. And I figured it out. I will be able to go live for Salloway. Go ahead, Charles, laugh. I'll be able to go live for Salloway because we set sail at 7 o'clock at night in Italy, and that will be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. That'll be 12 o'clock Eastern or 1 o'clock Eastern, depending on the spring forward, fall back type thing. So it should be right around 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the States, Eastern Standard Time, when we set sail over there out of Rome. So I will be going live for Salloway on board the Sun Princess. And I'm just super excited. I'm really stoked. I'll be on the 5th cruise of that ship. And I just can't wait to be able to get over there and do something new. This will be the first time Chuck flies. So Chuck's going with me. For those of you who don't know, he'll be on board the Sun Princess with me. We'll do 9 days around the Med, and then we'll fly to Barcelona. We'll meet everybody in Spain, and we'll do a 14-day transatlantic back from Barcelona with everybody else. But this is Chuck's first time flying. He has never flown in an airplane before, not even for a quick 5 seconds, 10 seconds, nothing like that. He is literally getting on a plane and flying from Miami, Florida to Lisbon, Portugal for his first flight. So if y'all got any flight tricks for Chuck, y'all can let him know in the comments. I already told him what he should do. I believe he should stay up the night before, get as tired as he should. Travel day, get on the plane, eat, go right to sleep, and sleep all the way until we land in Lisbon, Portugal. That's my way of cutting through the jet lag. I get on the plane, I get in my seat, I eat my dinner, and I go to sleep. So this will be his first time taking this crazy wild adventure. And I'm super excited to be able to share that with somebody that's never flown that far before. Not even flown that far, but never flown in a plane before. So I'm super stoked. Julie says she was freezing too. Antoinette says we're sailing her in May. It'll be our first time on the Vista. We have an extended aft Havana cabin. Jealous. Absolutely jealous. Lorna says I'll be sailing on her July 13th. She's a great ship. They did a phenomenal job in dry dock. Some things were a little weird, and you'll see that in the ship tour. It just made you think like, okay, what else is here? So perfect example is deck 7 is where you would go to the IMAX theater, right? Deck 7 forward. You get out of the elevator bank, you make a left or a right, depending on what elevator you get on, and the IMAX theater is here. But if you turn around and go the opposite way to take steps, it takes you down a set of steps, and then there's like a hallway, and that hallway is where 2 of the kids' clubs are. So it's kind of like weird. It's like down into this big open area, 2 kids' clubs, and then down the deck 5 and 6, 6 and 5. So some of the things were just a little different. Confusing either. I can't say those words either. Looks like Chewbacca to me. I saw a video of some dancing going on called Sita Tavikia. Yeah, it's not that it's hard for me to pronounce. It's just I want to say it different than how it's pronounced. Or I want to, yeah, like I think that's my issue is I want to say it different than how it's pronounced. Civitavecchia. I want to say like Civitavecchia. but it's Civitavecchia. So Chi, like Cheevee, but that's not how it's written. So, and Italy, and Italian is a language that's usually pronounced how it's written. So, if it looks one way when it's written, it's usually pronounced that way, and some words are not. So, but I've been taking some at-home YouTube Italian lessons to learn some words in Italian. I always like to know a few words that I can speak while I'm in a foreign country. And it's different over in Italy, right? Because a lot of people I've talked to have told me that if you're in the touristy areas, 9 times out of 10, you don't have to worry about how to speak Italian because 90% of the people over there know English. So I just like to learn a few words like ciao, bueno, things like that. And the thing with Italian is it's so close to the Spanish language. So you can bounce around a little bit with it and make it work. So I just want to teach myself a few words, learn a few words, a few phrases, and just like certain words like un cafe. That's just one coffee. That's all I need. As long as I know how to say I need a coffee, I'm pretty set right there. Julie says Duolingo is good, so I'll have to check that out. Julie says chew gum, Chuck. I heard that alcohol is the key. Chuck, alcohol is not the key. Robin says magic and alcohol. That should be great. Right. And that's what I'm super stoked about, right? Like, I want to see if my drinks are made with magic or if my drinks served magically. I'm super stoked on that. And they got a multi-level venue there called the Dome. It's right on the top deck. During the day, it's open and there's a big old swimming pool there. And at nighttime, it's closed and they do like Cirque du Soleil shows. So I'm super stoked to check out all the new venues. It's the first of my knowledge with Princess that doesn't have a main theater. Now it has a main theater area, but it's set up like a bull ring. It's no main theater. Bring you back some food. I love international Italian homemade food. I wish I could bring everybody back something. And when we were getting off the Vista, we were trying to get to the door, and I was like, Chuck, you gotta wait a minute. I gave Chuck my bag and I went over and I talked to the customs agent because I've been doing a lot of research. The one thing that I want to bring back from my trip, and you're probably gonna laugh, but the one thing I want to bring back from my trip is Italian cheeses. Now I know we can get Parmesan or Reggiano and all that here in the States, but I want to bring back from Italy authentic made in Italy. Even though I can get that here, it's still not going to be the same as if it was if I got it in Italy. So I had to talk to the guy and I was like, listen, man, I'm going to Italy in a month and I want to bring back cheese. What can I bring back? What can I bring back? What do I have to declare and claim and all that? And he was like, as long as you're not bringing back any meats, you can bring back whatever cheese you want, man. And I was like, yes, let's go. Packing a suitcase just to bring back cheese. That's the goal. That's the life goal. Go to Italy and come back with a 500-pound suitcase of cheese. And I don't need that much, but this is my first time really going. Not my first time going over to Europe, but this is my first time going to Italy. It's my first time going to Greece. And I want to see all the things. I want to do all the things, but I don't want to miss any of the things. So we got some excursions planned. We're doing the Vatican tour. We're doing some other stuff we got planned throughout the whole trip. And I just don't want to miss an opportunity to do like authentic Italy. Like, I want to go and eat where the locals eat. I want to get a good cacio e pepe. I want to go and get a good espresso and a cappuccino and go where the locals go to the park that the locals go to, and not necessarily like all the tourist areas. Like, I want to go off the beaten path type thing. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to show everybody. I like to show you off the beaten path stuff that is not just the picturesque Italy you would see from a postcard, but like the authentic Italy, the authentic Italian food, the authentic hangout spots and nightclubs and things like that. So I look forward to being able to do all that in less than 40 days. It's crazy to think. I just got off the ship. And I'm like, man, I got 4 weeks of work and then it's peace out, bean sprout. I'm over in Europe for a whole month. It's definitely a little crazy to think that, but I'm super stoked. I'm super excited. I know a lot of people are. Um, so we'll see. We will see. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all I got going on. I got the Vista stuff coming out this week. Um, Probably on Saturday. The video will drop sometime Saturday afternoon. If not Saturday, then definitely Sunday. So there will be a new video this weekend, and then so on and so forth. There will be a video that drops randomly. But I'll let y'all know. Instagram post, Facebook post. Y'all get notified anytime I drop new content. So just be sure that you're following along in those groups or on those pages, and you'll get all that information. Ocean to ocean travel in the house. What's going on, Bruce and Cindy? I hope y'all are having a fantastic night. Bruce says driving and listening. I keep forgetting it's earlier over there for y'all. Y'all are over there on the West Coast. So, Marjorie, there's actually a plan we have in action because my grandmother is very deep in her religion, and she's in her mid 80s, so I know she'll never make it over there to see any of the churches or coliseums or anything like that. That's cathedrals or things like that. I would love to take her to Barcelona and show her some of the cathedrals. I would love to take her to Rome and show her some cathedrals. And she's just 83 years old, and she's not going to be able to travel that far by plane. So unless we actually take 2 months in time and figure it out, it's going to be a little hard. But we have a plan set up because we land on Saturday. We're doing the Vatican tour on Saturday. And I want to get my grandmother a set of rosaries from inside the Vatican walls. And on Sunday, the Pope always does a blessing. So he comes out at noon and does a papal blessing every Sunday. So I'm going to go back on Sunday and get my grandmother's rosaries blessed during that service on Sunday to be able to bring home for her. What did you think of the Vista and the changes overall? So I like the Vista. I'm not a big fan of the theater. I enjoyed the theater, but I'm not a big fan of the theater. I don't like how it was just open chairs at the bottom. And what I mean by open chairs is I don't mean theater seating. I mean that it was a big open floor and they just put regular chairs. Now there were cushion chairs. It wasn't like it was a hard chair you had to sit on. There were cushion chairs, but I wasn't a big fan of how that was. I think they could have got more people in there. Might have been a little bit more comfortable, but there was a lot of people that couldn't get to shows, and I think that was a big reason on why. So I definitely think that's something that they could have made a little bit better. I enjoyed the IMAX. That was awesome. The buffet was lacking a little bit. Seafood Shack definitely lacked. That line was ridiculous. It took us 45 minutes to order food and then had to wait another 40 minutes for food. But I mean, chalk that up to the ship being busy on the very last day. I get it. But overall, my overall experience, I enjoyed it. I do think when they built the ship, they messed up with the Lido deck. I mean, there's only one pool dead smack center of the Lido. So my opinion is they should have had another pool there or a bigger pool there. I've been on some of their smaller ships, and they've had a bigger pool on the Lido deck than what they had on the Vista. So I think it's lacking a little bit there. But the layout of the ship is a little different, right? If you're used to that standard Carnival layout, you're really not going to get that here. So the layout's definitely a little different. From the Lido, you can reach the sports courts and the ropes course and all that stuff. Smoking sections, they actually had a pretty decent amount of smoking sections. The one side on deck 11 was all smoking, all the way from the Lido deck all the way to the aft, or from mid Lido to the aft on deck 11. And then on deck 5, there was a big smoking section as well. So you had a good, for you smokers, you had a good amount of smoking sections. The non-smoking casino that they put in, there's really not much in there. I think they could have done a little bit better with that, or they could have just left it alone and made it something else, like a storage room or a casino bar or something like that. There's really not much in there. You have a couple table games. You have probably about 15 slot machines, but that's about it. So if you want to go to a non-smoking room, then that would be the place to go. But your pick on machines is going to be very limited. There's still a whole non-smoking section, the one whole side of the casino. And the mixed casino is what I'll call it, the smoking, non-smoking. There's still a whole non-smoking section in there. Cherry on Top is a new addition, so that's pretty cool that they have that in there now. It has that old school classic Carnival atrium with that big old video tower. Other than that, I feel they were a little understaffed, but again, it's just out of dry dock. So I actually ended up running into a buddy of mine who I've met on a different cruise line that worked for a different cruise line at the time. His name is Ryan. He's a bartender. He used to work on MSC. He's now with Carnival. So we had a couple conversations, and there was a lot of crew that signed on for the 2-day that were signing off to go to other ships. They were just getting like repositioned. And then there was a lot of crew that were signing on the day we got back. So you would have to imagine the hundreds of crew that were signing on just for a couple days, just for one or two quick sailings that were eventually going to sign off at the end of our sailing, and then the amount of crew that were signing on. So I think he said there was like 300 and some crew that were getting ready to sign on the day we got back. So I feel they were a little understaffed. I do believe that they're still doing, internally, they're still doing like a quarantine process. So if a crew member signs onto a ship, I still think they're making them do the quarantine process. I haven't got clarification on that or confirmation on that, but in my brain, that's honestly, I would assume they're not just going to bring somebody on, potentially get the consumer sick. So I still believe they're doing the whole process with the COVID. So other than that, it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't have to wait that long on drinks, whether it was in the casino or on deck at a bar or a waiter. I can tell you right now, they replaced all the decking, all the deck chairs. So all the loungers, they're replaced. All nice blue loungers. The new blue and gray pool towels are now available on the Vista instead of the old Carnival towels. You have the new Carnival pool towels. What else? They put night lights in every cabin, which I think is great. As soon as your feet hit the floor, the night light turns on. So no more bumping into things in the middle of the night if you have to use the bathroom. I think that's a great add-on. And in my cabin, it was right under the closet door. So you couldn't really see it, but when you would touch the floor with your feet or move around, the light would come on, and it was the perfect amount of light. It wasn't too bright. Didn't have to worry about it waking up anybody in the room. I did that by myself. I turned my phone on, woke somebody up. We'll be okay. So I think that's a great little add-on that they did there. Heroes Lounge used to be the Skybox. I can tell you right now, all they did was take everything off the wall that was decor-wise and then put up Hero Lounge decor. All the furniture is still the same. All the colors are still the same. It's just now called the Heroes Lounge or the Heroes Tribute Bar. But all in all, it was a good trip. It was a good cruise. I spent it with some great folks. Can't wait to do it again. Boats and Bros 4 coming out very, very soon. No details on that yet. I do have another group cruise scheduled for February of next year, so I'm going to get that information for y'all out soon too. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Vista. I'll definitely sail her again. It's not one of those one and done ships for me, so I'll definitely consider getting on her again real soon. My late husband and I took the train from the port back to Rome and went to the Basilica. Side streets were not very nice, dirty, smelled awful, but then you got to the Vatican and your jaw dropped. So, right, like, I've heard that too. So a lot of people don't know that the Vatican's its own state within the country of Italy, right? So it's like its own independent. It's not part of Italy. It's literally its own state within Italy, if that makes sense, right? So from what I've seen and what I've looked at, like years ago, the side streets and all that around used to be like really dirty and you would find trash all over the place. But from recent videos that I've seen, supposedly that's all cleaned up. So if not, I'm okay with it. I'm from the ghetto and I've been to New Orleans plenty of times, so I'm pretty sure I'll be good. I feel like there were a bit of a staff shortage thinking of that coming out of dry dock, getting all the staff on board. Right. So, and that's the thing, right? You don't really know because you're the consumer. You're not going to be told whether or not there's a staff shortage. But again, I go into things with an open mind, right? Like I'm not going to get upset if it takes me an extra 2-3 minutes to get a drink or an extra 2-3 minutes to get something to eat. Now, if I'm in the dining room and I'm there for over an hour and I'm not even on like my main course yet, yeah, I'll get a little antsy because now I'm just wasting time. So I'm just sitting here wasting time. I don't want to sit here and waste time. I want to come here, do dinner, and I want to leave. I want to go to a show. I want to go to the casino. I want to catch the piano bar. I want to catch the 80s deck party, things like that. I don't want to sit here and waste time. That's super special for you to do for your yeah, and I love my grandmother to death, and if I can't take her there, then I want to be able to bring a piece of that here for her. So that's my whole like logic in my brain. Best part was you could watch dive-in movies while smoking. So for a smoker, perfect thing right there. You can watch the dive-in movies, have yourself a cigarette. And you know what? Really, like, thanks for bringing that up, Cliff, because we touched base on the IMAX, right? Now, the IMAX, you can't get fresh popcorn. But at the dive-in movies, you can buy fresh popcorn. Why can't they do that at the IMAX? I would have been so happy to walk into the IMAX movie theater, got myself a big old bucket of fresh popcorn and a soda, which, mind you, I know I love all y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all this out of love. Don't drink soda. It is the worst thing you could possibly drink in your life. Don't drink soda. And I'm telling you from experience because for like 2 months, I used to be a big soda guy, and then I stopped drinking soda altogether. And it was like a year and a half, 2 years, I didn't have no soda. Then I started slowly drinking more soda. And then I stopped drinking soda together. I stopped drinking all the soda. No soda. 2 months, no soda. I go on this cruise, and I drink nothing but water. I go on this cruise, and I drink nothing but soda. I don't drink no water. And then I get halfway through the cruise, and I'm telling Chuck, my kidneys hurt. My kidneys hurt. I'm having kidney pain from drinking soda. I don't drink soda. Now that I've been home, I've been drinking water. I've been drinking cranberry juice. My kidneys don't hurt. Soda's not good for you. Scott says, or if you ask for a chicken salad and they give you a tuna fish sandwich. I mean, listen, it happens, right? They look the same. Chicken salad, tuna salad. You still ate it. You still enjoyed it. You didn't complain about it. You didn't fuss about it. And you didn't get your chicken salad, but you still ate it and enjoyed yourself. Will G says, I like the Vista class a lot. I like the Vista class. I've sat on the horizon. I've enjoyed the horizon. And I will enjoy the Vista yet again. The Vatican is its own country. Right. So if you do some Google research, what we call countries, they call states. What we call states, they call countries. It's weird, man. So I've been doing a ton of research. And it's just interesting on how things are done over there, different than how they're done here, and how they're done here versus how they're done there. But it's its own entity, and I can't wait to go there. Like I've been to cathedrals in Valencia, Spain, and other parts of the world where I felt my religion touch me deep down in my soul. So I know, being a devout Catholic, going to the Vatican, that's definitely going to be something that's an experience, and I fully anticipate that I'm probably going to cry when I'm there, but you probably won't see that on camera. Tell us, is Sun Princess about the same size as MSC World America coming out next year? So I don't think so. I think the World America is smaller. Now, capacity-wise, it might be. So the Sun Princess is 175,500 gross tons, and the World America is 161,000 gross tons. So we're looking at 10,092 foot in length on the world, or 1,092 foot in length on the World America. Yeah, so the World America is going to have more decks. We're looking at 22 decks, but we're looking at 21 on the Sun Princess, 4,300 guests on the Sun Princess, and 6,000 passengers on the World America. So overall, we're going to have a longer, wider ship with the World America, but versus tonnage, the Princess ship is going to be bigger. We're looking at 175,500 gross tons. But again, passenger size doesn't necessarily mean that the ship's going to be bigger. It's going to have more of a capacity. Yeah, we're just going to have more capacity on the World America than we will on the Sun Princess. And that's one thing I can tell you about Princess Cruise Lines, right? With being elite with Princess and them currently still holding first place with how many cruises I've been on. Carnival's getting close. There's more space to passenger ratio than passenger to space ratio. So like the atriums are very open and lavish and tons of seating. It's not cramming as many people in one space as they possibly can. We like the Vista, and I will sell again, but XL Class is still my favorite. XL Class is great. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of smaller ships. I'm a big fan of like the older ships, but it's hard to compete with the XL Class right now. And with them announcing the fourth in the XL Class, it's going to be tough to compete with them. So the World America close to an Oasis class ship. I would assume that I would probably close. It says new MSC cruise ships look a lot like Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships. MSC Cruises revealed the design for its newest cruise ship that will be among the largest in the world. And there are a few design ideas that look eerily similar to the Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ship. So it wouldn't be the ship itself. It would just be like the design of the ship looks like the Royal Caribbean design. And it's really possible, right? So like you look at the XL class ships. Well, the XL class ships look similar to the Sphere class with Princess, but they're not identically the same, as well as like the XL class with P&O and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to, I don't know. I would think it would be kind of hard for these shipbuilders to have multiple different designs that wouldn't kind of overlap with other corresponding lines. Is what my theory would be behind it, right? I think the front of it looks more of like an NCL Prima or Viva style ship than an Oasis class ship. What was your favorite port stop on the Vista? I would say Half Moon Cay. Half Moon Cay would be my favorite port stop. Only because I haven't been there yet. Amber Cove is it's one of those places, if you really don't have anything planned to do, you can either go to the free pool, walk around the little port area, or go out and explore. But you need to have like an excursion or a cab to the city center. You really don't want to go out and wander there without having something planned. And then where else do we go? Half Moon Cay, Amber Cove. Couldn't even tell you the last place we went. That's why it don't matter to me, right? Half Moon Cay was the one place I wanted to go. I haven't been there, so that was definitely. Oh, Grand Turk, yeah, Grand Turk. Yep, Grand Turk. Grand Turk was the third place. Jerk Shack, phenomenal. So Jack Shack was pretty good. But that goes to show you, like, I've been to those places before, right? So it's like not weighing on my mind as a big place that really stuck a pin in me and made its mark. But Half Moon Cay would be my favorite. I really enjoyed that Captain Morgan pirate ship that was over there. I enjoyed the little walk around the port. The little barbecue that they do there is pretty good, but I think I would save my calories for when I get back on the ship and do like Guy's Burgers or Blue Iguana, something like that. The best thing I had out of that was the coleslaw. So other than that, I really didn't enjoy the beach barbecue as much. My hot dog was cold. And Scotty got a burger, and I was like, man, I just don't think a burger's worth it when there's Guy's Burgers back on the ship. So that was a pretty cool little spot to hang out at Half Moon Cay. Seeing that they have a lot of things there for the kids as well as the adults. The private cabanas, if I had the money, I would have definitely got me a private cabana right there, right in front of the water. That's absolutely a G spot for sure. Grand Turk was great. We took a cab over to Jack's, and then we walked back from Jack's. Got some great jerk chicken, some awesome conch fritters. So if you're looking for some good jerk chicken and conch fritters, definitely take an adventure over to Jack's Shack. It's right on the beach. You can either walk the beach to get there. Once you get off the ship, you just walk along the beach to get there. You can grab a cab for $6 a person to get there, or you can just go outside the port, hang a left, walk down about a quarter mile, and then make a left to the beach, and he's right there, right on the beach. So that was a cool little spot. And then me and Scotty just got off, walked around Amber Cove for about an hour, and then right back on the ship. My favorite spot to hang out on the ship, other than the casino, no. The piano bar, man. Like, I loved the piano bar there. I liked the fact that it was a low piano, and you could sit lower to the floor, right up to the piano. So I really enjoyed that. Other than hanging out there, Deck 5 is pretty much where everybody hung out. Everybody that I went with is smokers. So we all pretty much hung out there. I got to have some awesome conversations with Terry and Gene about his career. Some great conversations with everybody. Made some new friends. Some first-time cruisers. Y'all probably seen them in the group over the last week, joining the group over there on Facebook. So if you haven't done that already, make sure you're over in the Facebook land. Other than that, it was a great trip. It was very enjoyable, very relaxing. It wasn't so work intensive, because this trip is literally planned to just go and enjoy time with my friends that I typically only see once a year. So this gives us another way to hang out for a few days throughout the year. That's why it's always a shorter cruise. Marty, the cruise director, was good. He was great. Love and Marriage show was funny as always. Family Feud was awesome. Deal or No Deal was good. The bingo was great. All the good stuff they have on every other Carnival ship was pretty awesome. So it was a great cruise all in all. It was well worth it. Had a regular balcony on this trip, and I enjoyed it. The balcony was clean. The room was always clean. The room steward was great. They're so new with boarding. The crew is so new with signing on that the day we got on, the room steward came and introduced himself on embarkation day, and he was like, "This is my first day. I just signed on today. So this is my first day." I'm like, "All right, man, that's great. Cool. No worries." So we didn't get a towel animal the first day. And I was a little upset because everybody was like, "Oh, we got towel animals." And it's not that I wanted a towel animal. I was curious, and I'm like, "You're getting towel animals? I thought they did away with it." We didn't get any. And then we went back to the room, and I was like, "I'm kind of happy we didn't get any." Like, to me, and I said to Scott, I was like, I'm glad we didn't get one. I hope we don't get one the whole cruise." And he was like, "Now that you brought it up, you're going to go back to the room. There's going to be one." I go back to the room, and there's a towel animal on the bed. I'm like, damn, should not have said anything. I was not looking forward to the towel animals. And it's not that I don't like them. I like the towel animals, but I think that towel can go to better use than being folded up in an animal. I just think it's more laundry. It's more that the crew has to do. It's more work they got to do. And it's more, just another reason to have something else to do. Keep the towel, keep it clean, keep it folded. Come make my bed. I'm a happy guy. I don't need a towel animal every night. I can't wait to check out Celebration Key. Looks awesome. 2025, summer of 2025. So look for me, because I'll probably be on one of the first trips that go to Celebration Key in 25. However, I also want to do Alaska in 2025. So there's a lot of stuff that's there's a lot of stuff that's on the works. There's a trip in 25 I haven't even told y'all about yet. So um, that announcement will come soon. That'll probably come sometime in April. But Celebration Key does look pretty cool. I actually was talking to Chuck about doing a cruise over to Grand Bahama Island and then getting a cab to where they're doing Celebration Key, getting my drone, throwing it up in the air and trying to get some footage of it. But or finding a guard that'd be like, yo, man, here's $20. Let me like get in there and scope out what's done so far and try and like James Bond it with some footage, but I don't think it's worth it. Good night, Kurt, Marshall. Y'all have a great night. I will catch y'all tomorrow morning on your live show. If y'all haven't done so, make sure y'all go check out See Me Traveling over there. They go live every single morning, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Daily coffee talk, and it's a great little show. So you get to catch up with Kurt and Marshall Monday through Friday. Make sure y'all check them out. Great friends. Love to call them family because that's what they are. So be sure to check them guys out. They're pretty phenomenal. And any other creators y'all see in the chat, be sure to check them out. They all put in some amazing work. Controversial Cruising, all these amazing guys. Who else we got in here? I can't scroll back that far. If you see somebody in there, you want to check them out, make sure you do check them out. If you are a creator, go ahead and drop your link here before you roll out. I got no problem with that. Spread the love. Check out their stuff. They have some stuff that I got. I got some stuff that they got. They got stuff I don't got, and I got stuff they don't. So there's always more videos to check around. Ocean to Ocean, that's another one. Come on, Chucky. Who else we got? We got a good night, Kurt, from Scott, who changed his profile picture yet again because yesterday his profile picture was what looked to be a ship, and now it's a chicken drinking a drink at Jack's. But yeah, that's pretty much it. New content coming this weekend. Live show next Thursday. I only have 4 more live shows before I fly out. So where we at? Today's the 29th. Tomorrow's the 1st. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 live shows. My 5th live show is the 4th of April. Not 100% sure if I'm going to go live yet. Chuck will be here on deck with CB. Just make sure y'all check them all out. They're all great creators. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go live yet on the 4th. Chuck will be here at the house. So who knows? Maybe me and Chuck will go together and we'll do like a little Q&A type thing, and I'll see what he's excited about and what he's looking forward to the most, and we'll do like a little Q&A. Set it up that way. That's pretty much it. I'll be there in person for that show. For all you know, you'll be part of that show. You'll be the guy in the background juggling right behind me while I'm doing the live show. But other than that, if you got questions, drop them in the chat. We got about 7 minutes left before I call it a night. I'm super stoked. The Sun Princess has entered the Messina Straits, so it's just now getting like ready to start rounding the bottom of Italy to make its way over to Santorini. So that's definitely going to be a awesome little trip. Man, I'm super stoked. Like, if y'all haven't checked out that video yet, Princess put out a little like ship tour video led by the cruise director. Y'all need to check that out because I'm telling you now, there's going to be some like, I'm kind of mad that I'm not staying in the Sky Suites or the Owner Suites or the Cabana Suites. Loved your videos of Billy Joel concert. Yeah, Billy Joel concert was great. So we got off the ship on Saturday morning. Chuck forgot to tell me that he was having car trouble. Even though he won't tell you, he forgot to tell me he had car trouble. He just left it out because he knew it would have got me nervous. So he had car trouble. We got to my job to get my car. He dropped me off and he's like, hey, bro, I'm going to go buy a new car. So he left, went and bought a new car, rushed to meet me back to my job at 6 o'clock to pick him up to head to the concert. We got to the concert. just as Sting was getting ready to step on stage. Saw Sting. Billy came out and played an awesome set. And then I had car trouble. So it was a great way to end the night. So Chuck filmed some stuff on his phone. I filmed a bunch of stuff on my phone. I just haven't posted anything yet. I still haven't posted the short that I wanted to post last week when we were having the rough winds on the Vista. I just got back to work on Monday and literally just been grinding it out. See life with us. What's going on? New to the channel. I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate that very, very much. But I just got back to work on Monday and started grinding it out throughout the week, and then didn't really do anything throughout the week other than work. So I'm going to crack down tomorrow, start getting some content put together to be put out this weekend. And I'm definitely going to throw out a couple shorts. So that's going to come out. I want to try and I got so much footage that I want to try and bulk up my videos, right? So like I want to have an inventory of videos over the next couple weeks to where I have videos drop every 8 to 10 days. And then I have some backup videos scheduled to drop while I'm over in Europe. So that way, if I don't have time to sit down at the computer to edit a vlog for the day or a daily video or something like that, that I have something else that's already there, upload it, ready to go. I just got to drop it. And there's a lot that goes into that. So we're talking the video, the music, the thumbnails, the description, and all that stuff. So I'll get caught up. It's just I have to focus and not go, oh, look, squirrel, and then get distracted for an hour because I want to watch the 5th episode of Italian for Beginners on YouTube. So there's that. But definitely look out this weekend. I'll let y'all know in Facebook and Instagram when it's getting ready to drop. I'll let you know at least usually about 10 hours before the video. I'll put out a post letting you know that there's a new vlog coming out. But be on the lookout for that. It'll most likely be the ship tour of the Carnival Vista. Just a quick walk and talk tour. It's going to be one video. I'm not going to break it down into 2 parts. I'm going to try and do as minimal edits as possible and just be pretty much raw with it. So that way y'all get the I was there type of experience with the Vista ship tour. So, but yeah, that'll probably come out this weekend. And then next week, back to the Jubilee content, get all that put out, and then start dropping. I'm going to alternate probably Jubilee Vista until all content is gone. No, Joel, you didn't miss anything. Chuck shot a video and sent it to Lourdes. She asked for a specific song, so Chuck filmed that and then sent it over to her on Messenger. But no new content out yet. It's going to drop this weekend, so be on the lookout. Other than that, that's it. That's another weekly show in the books. Make sure if you haven't done so, y'all are subscribed. Ring that notification bell. Leave a like, leave a comment. Smash the like button on your way out. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got for y'all, folks. So until next time, y'all already know what to do. Get some sleep. Just kidding. Y'all stay naughty. Peace.